Welcome, seekers, to today's Pick a Card Tarot reading. My name is Ricky. You've made it to the Tarot Magicians channel, and this is a very special one. This is one that I love doing, this Pick a Card. This is a prophetic message from God to you at this time. So, we're going to dive right in. But before we do that, I do want to remind you, seekers, to subscribe to the channel. Also, I love to hear your comments, so make sure you're commenting below. Give the video a like as well. Let's go ahead and get started. In front of you, you have three groups. You have group number one, and group number one has the Seer Stone. Okay, so you've got the Seer Stone with group number one. Group number two, you have the Labradorite Moonstone. Okay. And then in group number three, you have the turquoise. Alright, so go ahead, take a moment to select the group that calls to you the most. I am going to include the timestamps in the description below. Welcome, group number one, to today's prophetic message from God. And this is going to be a special one. We have three archangels that God has sent to provide you with a message. Now, before we reveal these archangels, I want to remind you, seekers, to subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of these readings. But let's go ahead and reveal these dynamic, beautiful archangels. We're going to start with the Karma Angels Oracle deck. Let's see what archangel is here. Okay, you have got Lovia. Wow. Archangel Lovia is here to provide you with a message from God. This is the archangel of inspired intelligence. So this angel is also known as the angel of joy. And so the presence of this angel in a reading essentially means that you're nearly there with whatever you are truly passionate about. First came the seed of thought, and then this flower of inspiration blossomed into something real. So in a practical, everyday way, this archangel is telling you to think something through before taking action. All right, just resist rash impulses. Take your time. Just a wise bit of advice would be, to sleep and dream upon it and meditation. So, the challenge right now that you are facing is to not rush into a situation. Do not rush into a situation. Okay, that is the advice from this archangel. And the lesson that this archangel wants you to understand is that a moment's thought can avoid a lifetime of regret. Wow. Okay, first archangel revealed. So we're going to go ahead and reveal the second archangel. Now this archangel, this is from the Archangel Fire Oracle deck. So let's go ahead and reveal this archangel. Okay, you've got Archangel Zadkiel. My. Zadkiel is a very powerful archangel. This is an ascended master, essentially. This is Saint Germain, the great alchemist. So the message that this archangel has for you is free yourself from limitations, group number one. Imprisonment is an illusion, for no one can imprison your heart or mind. Choose to feel free and allow any perceived blocks to dissolve. Wow. Powerful message from that Archangel Zadkiel. Let's go ahead and reveal the final archangel from the Archangel Oracle deck, one of the newer decks. And this archangel is Archangel Bokpi. Bokpi, yes. It's time to fly. Listen to your intuition. My. Beautiful message from Archangel Bokpi. Okay, group number one, this is truly something. And you picked the Dragon Seer Stone, by the way. The Dragon Seer Stone is a prophetic stone in many ways. This is a stone that was used by many seers, many prophets, just many people of power that were able to look a little further into the other world. And so, it's beautiful that this is the message that you're getting from these archangels, because in every way, these archangels are pretty much telling you that you are almost there. You're almost going to achieve something truly dynamic. You're on your way. You've made progress. You've done the things that you've needed to do, and it's time to fly. Really, it's time to really move on. Now, there are some warnings here. Obviously, Lavia really wanted to warn you about taking any kind of rash decision. So before you rush into anything, make sure that you're thinking about it. Make sure that you sleep on it for one night. Don't make any decisions. Don't sign any contracts hastily. Really look at every detail. Find out if it's going to work for you. And if it works for you, then yes. If it doesn't, then no. Also, you are going to receive messages from God through your meditations. All right, so it's important for you to start meditating. However you meditate, however you connect to that wonderful, bountiful spirit called God, it's important for you to start doing that, because you are going to receive messages. And through those messages, you will be inspired to fly, right? It's time to fly and listen to your intuition, right? Sometimes we listen to something. We know that maybe this is beneficial, that this might be good for us, that this is something that's here and we should maybe react, but we don't, because of some fear, fear of failure, fear of something. And so we end up killing our dreams and our ambitions. But no, you have to listen to your intuition at this time. You have to listen to that first original thought, that first feeling, right, that you felt. Listen to it very closely. When you start second guessing yourself, that's when you are essentially going against your nature. You're going against your intuition. So really analyze everything that's going on. Loviel is asking you to, yes, listen to your intuition, but also give it some time, right? Sleep on it, meditate. There's a process here. And Zedkiel is really just here to tell you, listen, you are too powerful to be bound. You are too powerful to be held down. You have the energy and the power to move forward and remove any limitation, remove anything that's keeping you bound to this world and this existence. So, use your voice, use your hands, use everything that you have to move forward into a new reality, a new space that's going to inspire, uplift, that's going to transform you and everything around you. So there is power in what you're doing, group number one. There is vision, there is understanding. So this is so far a very inviting message from God to you. Very prophetic message. Okay, this prophetic message is one of expansion. This prophetic message is one of, I've selected you so that you can lead, so that you can move forward and actually speak these magnificent words. And so you are in some ways being activated by God through this reading. This is truly magnificent. The number 26 double, by the way, one thing that I forgot to mention, you've got number 26 1 and number 26 2. You've got two 26s. And so what that boils down to is 2 8, and those 2 8s, 16. 16 boils down to 7. So 7 for me, and that's the number of standing out. That's the number of the leader that raises his wand up into the skies and says, look at me, listen to my word, listen to me roar. And so in some ways, it's almost like God is telling you, I've selected you out of a group. I've selected you so that you can go and do this, and only you can go and do this. Only you are capable of saying these things. Only you are able to do it. So group number one, you have been selected for this task. You have been selected to be successful. You've been selected to fly. And so, a lot of you are already doing this. A lot of you are already expanding, or a lot of you are already, working on what you need to work on. I feel that very strongly. And so you are in some ways being told you're doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing. Keep moving forward. And I feel that there's going to be a lot of different things that are going to be offered to you. Opportunities for expansion. Just be very careful with those contracts that are going to be offered to you. Be very careful with what is being said to you as well. Who you keep in your company, that's also very important. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some tarot. This is exciting. This is definitely an exciting reading for you, group number 1. So let's keep it going. We're going to throw some tarot. This is a different tarot deck from Kim Huggins. I forgot the name of the deck, but it is definitely a very beautiful deck. So we're going to go ahead and use this one. Let's go ahead and shuffle. All right, and let's throw. Okay, so you've got some very powerful cards here, group number 1. You've got the Wheel reversed, the Devil upright, and the Ten of Swords reversed. All right, so these cards are, number 1, they're warning you of something, and number 2, they're confirming what the archangels have already said. So the Wheel reversed is where you are right now. It's almost like, for some of you, the majority of the people that pick this group, you feel like maybe, this project is not going to be beneficial. Whatever it is that you're planning on doing right now, it's like, no, this isn't going to be beneficial. Or I see the cracks, I see the problems, and so I think that I might quit. So some of you are very close to quitting, which is why this Wheel of Fortune is reversed. And so if you do quit, if you quit on your dreams, understand that your life is going to essentially be turned upside down. Whatever beautiful projects, whatever beautiful ambitions, whatever beautiful creations that were going to be birthed from your word in your hand will die. And so the Wheel of Fortune reversed will become your reality. So be very careful with that. Be very careful not to kill your dream. Be very careful not to listen to other people that tell you that's so stupid. That's not, how are you gonna do that, right? Be very careful not to listen to the people, because people essentially try to ensnare you. People will always try to bring you down to their level, which is why you've got the Devil here. All right, you've got the Devil, and as you can see, the Devil represents the mundane. The Devil represents the physical. The Devil is completely devoid of any spirituality. The Devil is just the bondage and the ensnarements of this world, this physical world, that essentially is beckoning us to get away from spirit and just enjoy the pleasures and the luxuries and the beauties of this physical reality. And it keeps us bound into this existence, right? That's just very physical. And so what this card is telling you is that in your rising, in your success, in your journey, in your path, you are going to be face to face with the Devil. And the Devil's going to look at you, and the Devil's going to offer you the world. The Devil's going to offer you pleasures. The Devil's going to offer you luxuries. The Devil's going to offer you delicacies that you can't even imagine. And so this is one of the Devils right under this Archangel Lavia, right? Lavia essentially is here to tell you, be careful what you say yes to. And now we're able to see what exactly that is, the Devil. And so the Devil is the physical representation of this world. It is our physical reality. It is the delicacies. It is the not doing what you're supposed to do because you want to, in some ways, enjoy yourself and just, be in this perpetual island of enjoyment, right? So this keeps you away from your duty. It keeps you away from utilizing your voice. It keeps you from fulfilling what you've come to fulfill. And so be very careful with the temptations that are going to be presented to you, because these temptations, these ensnarements will keep you from being able to move forward and being prosperous, all right? They will keep you bound. Let's take a close look at this Devil. The Devil will present himself to you first as something that you desire, something that you feel is going to give you happiness, and it will for a fleeting moment. It will, but ultimately, it will ensnare you. You will be bound, just like these two unfortunate people had the displeasure of being ensnared by him. So be very careful, okay? You are on a journey. You are on a path. You know where you need to go. Be careful. Once the devil presents itself to you and tells you, hey, look at this over here, it's your responsibility to say, no, I will not do that. I don't want to partake in that. I will continue on my path. I will continue on my journey, because my journey is going to bring about manifestation. My journey will bring about an energy of true belief, an energy of expansion like never before, and in the long run is what's going to provide me with what I need, not only in the physical, but in the things unseen. And so the Ten of Swords just talks to us a little bit more about it's an extension of the devil. So if you were to say yes to the devil, this is your demise. This is where you're headed. Okay. So what you have here is a person that has been completely broken, destroyed, annihilated. The worst possible things that can happen to a person has happened to this person right here. And that's the unfortunate ending that the devil has for you. So be very, very careful what you say yes to. Be very careful what you allow to just be in your space. Be very careful. There is an energy here of expansion, of grace, of true understanding, of manifestation, of growth, expansion, success, progress. There's just so much that's available to you. And I know that you see it. I mean, you picked the Dragon Seer Stone, so you have the vision, group number one, and that is your gift. You have vision. So therefore, you know what you should do. You know what you ought to do. You know and you understand the seed that has been planted inside of you from an early age. You, with this gift of vision that you have, you know what you should be doing. You know what your purpose is. Even when other people tell you, hey, that's kind of crazy. How do you know that? Or maybe that's a dream that's not for you. Even if people have gone against your dream and your ambitions, you know what you want. You know what that vision is. So don't lose sight of that vision. Don't lose sight of your dream. Understand that even though that is what you want to do, and maybe it's not exactly what you're going to end up doing, it is definitely in some ways going to be very similar to what you see, because you have the gift of vision. So never lose sight of it. Understand that there is going to be help that's going to be presented to you. There is going to be assistance. There is going to be guidance. There's going to be revelations. And your dream is going to transform itself. The worst thing that you can do is let go of it entirely. If you let go of that dream, then there's no way that those other visions and those other revelations can be presented to you at the right time, because you've already let go of your dream. So be very wary. Be very wary of that. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some more oracle cards. We're going to throw a card from the Sacred Forest. Let me show you the box. This is the Sacred Forest by Dennis Lin. And we're just throwing one card just to see if there's anything else that God wants to bring up. It was a very powerful message, group number one. Truly powerful message. Wow. All right, so wow, you've got two cards that God wanted to bring up, just exploded out of my hand. So you have got two Sacred Forest cards, and these are truly powerful. So God wants to give you a message of love. Love, love, love. So this Wild Rose Fairy is filled with love. And so there's a second card that God presented to us, and that's playfulness. So it's almost like, you put these two together and God is telling you to love playfulness. So it's like God, I think, it's in some ways telling you, like, don't be so serious, right? Don't take things so seriously. Be playful, have fun, enjoy yourself as much as you can. You were brought into this world, into this existence to have fun, to play, to enjoy yourself. And to have this overwhelming amount of love for this world and for this physical reality. And understand also that there is a lot of magic that surrounds you that is protecting you. You can't give your power away. Okay, your power can't be taken away. The only way that you can give up your power is by willingly giving it. By making a contract, by making a negotiation and saying, I prefer this over this. And that thing that you prefer will have power over you. So it's important to really understand what that is. So really take a look at your lifestyle and analyze, what am I doing that might end up hurting me 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line. That's really what God is trying to bring to light. But love as deeply as you can. Have an energy of playfulness. That is also very, very, very important. All right, so we're going to throw a card from the Magic of the Unicorn. Let's go ahead and shuffle. Let me show you the box for the Magic of the Unicorn. All right, so we're going to go ahead and just throw one card, and we're going to see what message we get from this Magic of the Unicorn. All right, so you have got here, shower of blessings. Look at this. Open yourself to receive. Pay it forward. My goodness, this is so beautiful. Group number 1, shower of blessings are coming to you. God is telling you, listen, if you are able to resist, if you're able to hold steady with your dream and your ambitions, if you're able to go the distance, if you can become a true hero here on earth, then you will be showered with blessings beyond comprehension. So open yourself up to that reality. Every single day that you wake up, see it happening. Try to just, as you receive these blessings, because it's not going to be just one fell swoop. As you walk, as you move in life, you're going to unlock more and more blessings that are going to be available to you. As you move forward, as you unlock these blessings, make sure that you have an energy of giving. And so giving doesn't have to be a physical item that you're giving. It can be giving from your happiness, giving from your just desire to want to maybe bless someone else, right, with your time. Your time is your greatest commodity on this earth. People would lie to you and tell you that it's money, but it's not. Your greatest commodity is your time. And so if you can give that time to other people, invest it in other people, the youth, that would be great. But remember, always, always do what you in some ways feel that you love. Pursue that. If it feels restrictive, if it feels like you are being bound, if it feels like you are essentially unhappy, then you're probably in the wrong place. So analyze that situation. All right, so let's go ahead and throw another card. I want to throw a Moonology card. I just want to get a practical message, just a direct message from Spirit to you. So we're going to throw a Moonology card, and we're going to let God talk to us through these Moonology cards. Let's see what we get. Okay, look at this. Very powerful message. You're being asked by God to meditate and contemplate. Okay, meditate and contemplate. Very important to meditate and contemplate. And I feel that when you do that, the heavens will be opened, and you're going to be able to see clearly and understand a little bit more than you do now. So meditate and contemplate. All right. So that is what I see here. Group number 1, beautiful reading. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I love you, seekers. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this reading. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 2, to your prophetic message from God. Now, before we get started, I want to remind you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and give this video a like when you can. So, in front of you, you have three archangels that God has sent to you to provide you with a prophetic message. We're going to go ahead and get started with this one right here. This is the Karma Angel Oracle deck. Let's see what angel is here to deliver you information. Oh, you've got Jebemiah, number 11, a master number. Okay, this angel is here to tell you that your ambitions, your ideas, if you concentrate on them and give them your full attention, and you're able to co-create with God, you will have success. But you must keep your eyes firmly on what is in front of you. Okay, so your challenge is going to be to focus. And the lesson that you are going to need to learn is one step at a time, in one direction, will take you to your goal. Strong message here from Jebemiah of patience, of success in your goals and your ambitions. Wow. All right, so the second archangel that we are going to reveal today is from the Archangel Fire Oracle deck. Let's take a look. Wow, you've got Asariel. Oh my, yes, Asariel. This, and notice another master number. We went from 11 and now 22. This is, we're going to talk about that now, but you know, Asariel is a very powerful archangel. This is the archangel of the waters, essentially who rules over planet Neptune. And so, you know, her message to you is, you are naturally intuitive and deeply sensitive. Acknowledge and trust your emotions as they can act as a powerful compass. So, you know, there's a very strong message here from Azariel to you to just be able to go with the flow, right? Sometimes the waters of life can be very chaotic. Sometimes they're not, but you are in many ways being tasked with going with that flow, going with the tide. And if you're able to do that, then the world will yield to you and the universe will reveal to you your purpose. All right, so let's go ahead and reveal the third and final archangel. This is from the Archangel Oracle deck, one of the newer ones. Oh, look at this. You've got Archangel Perlimiak, and this is let nature soothe you, serve the nature kingdom. Oh my, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful message. That is the third one. Let nature soothe you, serve the nature kingdom. This is, I gotta tell you, I mean, whoever picked this group is 100%, you're being kind of tasked from God to help with this, with the times that we're living in, you know, and we have a symbol of water, we have a symbol of earth. We've got two master numbers showing up, 11 and 22. There's a sense of building a foundation. There's a sense of creating, helping and assisting in this process. There's a direct message of letting nature soothe you, serve the nature kingdom. And so, you know, we have a lot of problems today when it comes to our environment, when it comes to earth, when it comes to, you know, just all around life. And I feel that you, group number 2, you're going to play a pivotal role in assisting the development of humanity and moving us forward in what's next, potentially to a more greener planet, a more self-sustainable existence for all. And I feel like, you know, a lot of you have dreams to maybe potentially bring this knowledge that you have about the earth into light, right? You want to help inspire people, you want to get involved. And I feel that God is telling you, go ahead and do it. Get involved. Don't let anything deter you. The message from Jebemiah was a very powerful one, right? Jebemiah is here to tell you, listen, your goals and your ambitions, they are going to be successful. You just have to keep on keeping on. You have to keep going. You can't stop. You can't allow for any kind of negative energy or negative thought patterns to get in your way and keep you from doing this, keep you from just manifesting what you want to manifest, because your goals and your ambitions are definitely very important. And so you are in many ways going to be able to move forward and be successful. And so you've also picked the Aphrodite. This is it's essentially a moonstone, but this is definitely the stone of overcoming anxiety, just being able to move away from it, seeing clearly. And I feel like you have followed your intuition. I think that you're listening to your emotions. I think that you are understanding them. There's a strong sense here that you've mastered certain things in your life that has brought you to this point. And now that you're here, I think that the only thing that's getting in your way might be your lack of focus. You're losing focus for some reason. And it could just very well be that the challenges that are present are just unsurmountable. Or at least that's what you think. You see the mountain's top and you want to get to that top. But when you come and you see just how far you have to climb up, there's something that's keeping you from doing that. And so there might be some procrastination going on here in some ways for some of you. But ultimately, what you are being told here is that your projects, your ambitions, your goals, they are going to be blessed. You will have success in these areas, but you have to keep going. You have to keep striving. You have to be focused and diligent about what you want. You have to set a plan and you have to execute. And when you notice that you are in some ways falling into this kind of lull-like energy where you are unfocused and you're procrastinating and you're doing things that you shouldn't, and entertainment is just your main ambition, it's like the only thing that you are taking in daily, then it's time to stop, realize what's going on, and immediately start working on your goals and ambitions. So this is in some ways a bit of a wake up in that sense, but ultimately you have been led, group number 2, to this moment, to this point. And I feel that you are going to keep on being led. You're going to allow Spirit to assist you. You're going to allow for this energy to inspire you, and as you should. And so, it's definitely going to reveal many things to you. God is. And I feel like God is trying to offer you something here with this Archangel, Perlemiak. So one of the prophetic messages that God has for you is nature has some healing abilities for you. And so it's almost like if you can potentially take some time off and go somewhere, connect with nature, there is some healing to be done there. You are being told, let nature soothe you. So serve the nature kingdom is the second message, but you have to let nature soothe you. So potentially, taking a vacation, potentially going to a place where it's filled with green, filled with life, filled with beautiful earth. That's going to in some ways heal something in you, bring you into balance, ground you effectively, and it will help you with this lack of focus that some of you might be having. All right? So let's go ahead and throw some tarot. We are going to throw, I forget the name of this deck, but this is the deck by Kim Huggins. And we're going to go ahead and use this one because I just felt to use it for this reading. Very powerful deck, powerful imagery, powerful illustrations. Alright, so I'm just shuffling. Let's see what is coming for you guys. Alright, okay. So we've got here, 2 wands and 1 cup. And they're all minor suits. And so what I feel that these cards are talking about is your process through life. It's your daily walk. It's your daily ambitions and goals and how you are reacting to what life is essentially throwing at you at this moment. So we start with the 5 of Wands. And this is a very chaotic energy, right? You've got competition, you've got people trying to get to the top. We kind of see a bit of a hierarchy here, right? The hierarchy starts with people at the bottom trying to fight their way. They want to get to the very top, right? And the person that's at the top is constantly defending their position because they want to remain at the top. So this hierarchy, right? This is what you are being faced with every day. You feel like it's an uphill climb, it's an uphill battle. And so, it's reflective of this illustration is just reflective of our times, and it's a part of the human existence, this need to essentially overcome, to be able to create, right? The strongest among us is the one that gets to create and gets to set the rules. And so what I feel is that maybe some of you are unfortunately not very happy with that system. So that system has in some ways kept you down, kept you upset. You look at that system and you say, I don't want to partake in it. I'm unhappy with this system. I'm unhappy with the way life is moving forward. I'm unhappy with the ways that we are developing. And so what God is trying to tell you is that if you aren't able to see this system and participate in it, then you will not be successful. And so we have here the Six of Wands, right? And so the Six of Wands is the hero that comes back to his people. And his people acknowledge the fact that this person is a hero, this person has mastered something truly phenomenal, and every one of them they're on their knees, right, saying, wow, you've done something truly great. You have been victorious. Success is yours, my king or queen. Now, the fact that this card is reversed, it's talking about being unsuccessful. And one thing that you have to keep in mind with what these archangels are here to tell you is that even though we have a system of hierarchy, a system where you have to climb your way to the top so that you can be heard and respected and understood, you have been given the power to be successful in this system. Doesn't matter who you are. You have been given the power to be successful in this system. You have been given the energy of just dynamism where you can expand and create. And it's not something that you can activate. It's already a part of you. It's in you. And the only way that you lose, the only way that you essentially are unsuccessful is if you decide that you are not going to participate. If you decide that this is unimportant and it's not worth it. So I feel that one of the reasons why you're losing focus is because you're unhappy with the way things are, and you wish that things were different. And you have to understand that you are a champion. You are a champion of champions. You have been brought here to fight. We live in a physical world, a physical reality, and it cannot be devoid of struggle, physical torment. It's a part of it. Out of that, you will obtain victory and success. It is a part of you. It's a part of what's inside of you to fight and to be successful. And so inside of you is someone who has the potential to bring about great change and prosperity to the earth, to their loved ones. You have the capacity to change this hierarchy. You have the capacity to, in some ways, alter the systems that we live in. But in order for that to happen, you have to be willing to participate. You have to become the champion. It's a part of you. It's a part of your existence. It's a part of the human experience. And you will be victorious. This is your prophetic message. You will be victorious. But you have to be okay with participating in this system. And so we see that with the Three of Cups. You have to be okay with it. You have to celebrate in some ways. You have to feel joy. You have to be emotionally stable and understand that things happen essentially for your benefit, not for anyone else's, but for your benefit. The system was designed for you to be successful. And now that you are queen, king, you will reign supreme, and you will change that system if you so desire, but you must participate in it. And so that system will bring you forward. It will help you. And with Asariel, we also see, and this is, the master number 22 and master number 11, we see a bit of a progression here, right? We see the fact that you are in some ways a master. You're meant to master something. You're meant to master a skill. And this skill is what's going to really assist everyone around you. This skill is what's going to put you in the grand stage where people are going to be able to look at you and receive what you have to give. That skill is something that you have to work on, something that you have to develop. It comes from understanding that the waters may get a bit rough sometimes, but you must go with the flow and understand that every single opportunity is a learning opportunity. You can't be overcome by these waters. Right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and throw some oracle cards, and we're going to see if God wants to provide you with any other messages or focus on any other messages. So we are going to start with the Sacred Forest Oracle. Let's see if we've got any messages from the Sacred Forest. Acceptance, yeah. So we've got the message from God. Is just it's essentially the same one, right? We haven't left. Acceptance. This is the key word that is essentially something that maybe potentially you're going to struggle with, right? Which is why the message keeps showing up again and again and again and again. So acceptance. You have to accept your reality. You have to accept what has happened. You have to accept the fact that your life is the way that it is. Once you understand, once you accept, then you can move forward. Then you can focus on your projects. But you must accept. That might be very difficult for some people, right? Especially people that have been through some very disheartening experiences. A system like this system of hierarchies, it does tend to leave some people behind. It does tend to disenfranchise people. It does tend to show the worst possible images of the human experience. But you must accept that. It's important for you to do it, because if you don't, then you will only constantly focus on the negatives, and you're essentially going to tell yourself, what's the purpose? Why would I even do this? Understand that inside of you is victory. Tap into that. And the first thing that you must do is accept your reality. Accept that all the things that are happening are for you, for your betterment. Alright, so let's go ahead and throw another card. We're going to try and get a direct message from Spirit on this one. So we're going to throw a Moonology card. Alright, let's go ahead and shuffle. Let's get a direct message from God. Help us out here, God. Okay, a time to give rather than take. Interesting. So, the fact that you've got this card, this is a new moon in Virgo. So it's a new reality. It's a new way of viewing things. It's a new understanding. A time to give rather than take. And so, it's time to give, number one, your projects the attention, the dedication, and the energy that they deserve. Number two, any people around you that are trying to support you, that are trying to guide you, that are trying to give something to you that you've maybe denied or, not even listened to. It's time to maybe potentially listen to those. Also, if there's, something, or if there's an energy around you that essentially is trying to urge you to participate and be a part of this experience, but you've denied it and you said, no, I don't want to participate. What's the point? It's time to give. So, life is a sacrifice, okay? A lot of things in life you have to sacrifice. You have to be willing to be sacrificial. And if you sacrifice enough, then you will obtain a lot. But if you sacrifice very little, then you will hardly obtain anything. So it's important for some of you, group number 2, to sacrifice adequately. So let's go ahead and throw another oracle card. Let's see. All right, so we're going to throw a card from the Magic of the Unicorns. Let's get a message. This is the box from the Magic of the Unicorns. Let's go ahead and throw. Okay. Interesting. So you've got here enlightenment. Okay. Enlightenment. Look from the highest perspective. See the divine in everyone. Wow. That's a powerful message right there. So this card is revealing something about you and your psyche. I think that some of you tend to view a lot of people as an enemy-like figure, or potentially people that don't think the way that you think. Maybe you view them as ignorant, or you view them as lesser than, or you view them as evil, right? So these are things that unfortunately might be keeping you in this state of dissatisfaction, right? It might keep you in this state of conflict, because the Five of Wands also talks about conflict. It also talks about just not being able to essentially see people as someone who you can collaborate with, or essentially it keeps you from listening to other people's points of views because you've already made up your mind about them. And so there's a sense here that you are potentially, some of you have potentially fallen into this trap. And it's important for you to understand that every single person that you come into contact with is divine. They have different experiences. They've lived different lives as you. But that doesn't mean that they are not divine. We are all divine. So you have to, when you come across people, you have to look at things from a higher perspective. And you have to see that person for what they are at their core. And what they are at their core is divine. Okay, so you must see that first, accept what they're saying, be able to, in some ways, understand, not really accept, but understand what they're saying, and understand that they come from a different background as you. And so, in many ways, this is what's going to help you reach this Three of Cups energy, of understanding, of emotional stability. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and throw another oracle card. All right, so we're going to throw a card from the Self-Love Oracle. All right, and we're going to see what advice we get from this Self-Love Oracle. Let's see what the message is. What is the message that you have, God, for group number 2? Remember your spark. Wow. That is a beautiful message from God to you, group number 2. Remember your spark. You are here for a divine purpose. Remember it, or redefine your purpose for yourself. Wow. So, you have the power to truly create. You have the power to bring about permanent change to this world. You have the power within you to master a skill and use that skill for the perfection of our experience here on earth. So you're being reminded of that. Use that. Use that power that has been put inside of you. You are here for a divine purpose. All right? Understand that. We've got the word divine it just showed up twice, so there's definitely a strong sense of connection to the divine that I see here with you, group number 2. You have a strong connection with the divine, which is why you kept getting master numbers everywhere, which is why you, in some ways, are being reminded of that power and that spark that's inside of you. You are here for a great purpose. You're here to accomplish something truly dynamic. And it feels like you yourself are the one that's getting in your own way, because you're looking at a problem, you're looking at a situation, you're looking at people, and maybe potentially you're saying, what's the point? So understand that your destiny is great. It will require for you to change your perception. It will require acceptance. It will require for you to give some of your attention to people who potentially are unsavory characters, people who don't think the way that you do, but you are being tasked with seeing that person as a divine being as well. Okay? And remember, always remember, you're here for a divine purpose. Stay focused on that. Stay focused on your ambitions. Stay focused on what you are trying to accomplish. All right? Remember it. So that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for watching group number 2. Don't forget to subscribe. Also give the video a like and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the video. Interested in hearing from you. Thank you, seekers. Bye-bye. Welcome, group number 3, to your prophetic message from God. All right, so before we get started, just want to remind you, seekers, to subscribe to the channel, give a like as well to the video. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get started. So, seekers, in front of you, you have 3 groups. These are not 3 groups. We have 3 archangels, 3 cards, 3 oracle cards. And these are 3 archangels that have a prophetic message from God to give you. So we're going to start with the first one, which is the Karma Angel Oracle deck. And we have here, oh wow, Malahel. I like this card, my goodness. Malahel. This is a powerful card. Group number 3. You know, Malahel is the archangel that protects you when you are traveling. This archangel's message to you is go ahead and make the change. Go ahead and move. Go ahead and do what you're thinking about doing. It's time to change. You are right in wanting this change. So go ahead and do it. So for a lot of you, you might have a plan. You might have a decision that you've made in your mind. I want to move here. I want to switch jobs. I want to date someone. I want to start a new relationship with this person. I want something new. I want to move out, right? This is the angel that tells you, go ahead and do it. Do it now. And not only is this angel telling you to do it, but this angel's telling you, I will protect you. As you go on your voyage through the waters, I will protect you. I will look after you. So a very powerful archangel. Just an archangel that talks about change, that really wants to bless you as you move and transition through life. Very beautiful. So the prophetic message from God is essentially go ahead and make the change. This can be as simple as a change in thought process. Doesn't have to be a very dynamic kind of change, right? Take what resonates, but it is definitely telling you that if you are thinking of making a change right now, something inside you is stirring and telling you, I need to do this. Go ahead and do it. This archangel is going to protect you. Okay, this archangel is going to guide you through these waters as you transition. All right, so let's go ahead and reveal another card. This is from the Archangel Fire Oracle. This card right here. Let's see what archangel is here to talk to you. Oh wow, you've got Sandalphon. I like this archangel. This is the archangel that's said to be the tallest angel in heaven. And this is a very strong message that this archangel has for you. The message is to surrender your requests and worries to heaven so you can make space for positive change. Wait for a miracle. Wait for a miracle. I am here to receive your wishes, and I am working to help you manifest your hopes into tangible form. My goodness. So, I felt to do something pretty powerful here. I want you to utter your wish right now. If you're watching this, I want you to utter your wish. What is it? What is your wish? What would you like this archangel, Sandalphon, to take to heaven and essentially communicate to God that you want? What is it? Go ahead and say it now. So this message of Sandalphon is one that tells you that your wish is my command. You're essentially being told by God that whatever situation you're facing, you're going to come out of it. And I'm seeing a bit of a correlation here with these two archangels, right? So Malahel is telling you, go ahead and make the change. You're right in wanting to do this change, and I will bless you through it. And then Sandalphon comes in and tells you, go ahead and make that prayer, ask for what you want. I will make sure that it is manifested for you. I will make sure that God knows of your desires and your wishes. And so it's almost like there's a 1-2 punch here. I feel that a lot of you are waiting to make a choice. You're waiting to make a decision, but it is difficult. It's hard. It might be something that's life-changing or life-altering, and you just don't know. You're unsure. So it's going to require God's power to get you through to it. And these two archangels are telling you, we're here. We know what you want. You have to ask for it, though. So go ahead and bring your prayers up, and we are going to help you. All right, so let's reveal the third archangel. Let's see what this third archangel has for us here today. Let's put this up here. Okay, this is from the Archangel Oracle cards. Oh, we have Archangel Sandalphon. Tune into your divine potential. Bring the world into harmony. Wow, okay. So this is a very, very illuminating, a very powerful message. And I'm going to say something. I'm noticing that both these archangels have musical instruments. So this is very powerful. Potentially, if you are a musician, if you are someone that wants to create music, these archangels are here to pretty much tell you, hey, we're here to help you, right? We're here to make that happen. We are going to help you. For others, it's just talking about potentially increasing your vibration through music, right? Through auditory, through listening. And so not only that, but with this Archangel Sandalphon, you're being asked to in some ways meditate and tune into the presence of God. Maybe potentially some of you are very stressed out, you're worried, even though you're watching this reading and it's powerful and you feel it. As soon as the reading is done, you might go back to worrying, you might go back to having that anxiety, you might go back to just feeling like things are not going to be okay, and it's almost like a feeling that is just constantly with you. And so this archangel is here to bring that to light. And the only way that you can remember this reading, the only way that you can remember that God has something truly special for you, is by tuning in to that divine potential. Really, truly praying, reminding yourself that there is something greater out there, and that this great and powerful being knows of your worries and is trying its best to assist you. All right, and so it's the only way that you're going to be able to bring harmony into your life, to bring peace and balance into your existence. And so remember, God wants to communicate with you. God wants to help you and assist you through your projects, your dreams, your ambitions. God wants to make everything calm for you. All right, so let's go ahead and throw some tarot. We're going to go ahead and use a different deck by Kim Huggins. Forgot the name of this deck. I should have looked it up. But anyways, it is a powerful tarot deck. And we're just going to see what else does God want to tell you. What's going on, what is coming, and what are you destined for. So God, talk to us through the tarot. Group number 3. Okay. All right. So, we've got the Star reversed. We also have the Two of Wands reversed, and we have the Moon upright. This is a very interesting trio of cards. We start with the Star, and for me, the Star is the closest major arcana to God, because this is the energy of just pure raw guidance and love, and there's this almost soothing and beautiful and calm energy with the star. And almost, it's not even almost, it's just magical what the star can offer us, right? This is the moment that we stop in this hero's journey of ours, and we say, okay, I surrender. I surrender everything. I want you, God, to help me and assist me and show me the way. I'm not going to let my mind get in the way of it. I'm not going to let my emotions get in the way of it. I'm going to just be open and receptive to what you, God, have to offer. And this is the energy of God that says, here I am, right? That's the physical manifestation, the star. That's what this major arcana essentially represents. Now, the fact that you got this card reversed tells me that you have trouble letting go. You have trouble releasing control of your life. You have trouble essentially seeing the signs and reacting to them. But it speaks of your internal struggle to want to control a situation. And that's, it's fine to have the mental strength and the emotional strength to say, I am in control, I need to work and I need to better myself and I need to do what I need to do in order to manifest greatness for myself. That's perfectly fine. But when that reaches its end and you still feel like something's wrong, or you still don't see any results, or instead of life getting better or easier, things get a little more harder, and you feel like instead of taking 2 steps forward, you're taking two steps back, even though you're depleted, even though you've tried, even though you've done what you can. If that is the case, then it's time to just release control. Just for a bit. Just until God shows its magical hand and says, here I am, and I'm going to answer this prayer, and I'm going to assist you, and I'm going to move you forward. So the prophetic message from God to you, group number 3, is one of true power. It's one of, wait for me, I will guide you. I will show you my power. I will bring you out of these harsh waters. I will send my archangels to guide you through to the other side, and you will be able to get out of the situation that you're in. And my goodness, it's definitely a very powerful message. And also, the third part of that is, in order for you to manifest my presence, you have to allow for me to come into your life, into your space. So tune in to my divine presence, tune into my divine potential, start seeing the world and the possibilities in front of you, start walking as if it's already present, start being thankful and grateful for what is happening, because this is essentially already in the works. So group number 3, you are headed towards very, very huge transformation. Okay, that's what the archangels are prophetically providing you with. That is what God is prophetically telling you. A lot of changes are about to come. All right. Now, another thing, we move on from the star to the 2 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands is the card of the planner. Right. So this person is, this person has vision. Right. This person is looking at this globe. And this person knows, I am going to just be the best version of myself. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to have an energy of conquest. I'm going to travel. I'm going to have adventures. There's a strong energy here of, I'm going to see the world. I'm going to be victorious in my projects. The fact that this card is reversed tells me that you might essentially have a mentality that's against that. You really don't truly see that, or you don't believe that. Potentially there's a limitation, there's a mental blockage that's keeping you in this place. And so in order for you to break free from that, in order for you to see the divine potential, you have to be able to think big, incredibly big. You have to be able to see yourself in the greatest of stages. And the only way to do that is to practice. It's very difficult when you're waking up every day and your life is a life that essentially you don't like and that you are unhappy with. It's hard to tune into that divine potential, but it is essential for you to do that. It's essential. So you must plan accordingly. And so, one of those things is seeing that happening. And so, God is telling you, look, I know that it's difficult, right? I know that it's difficult. I know that the road ahead is tough. We can see here with the moon a reflection, an illustration of that. This little crab has to make its way through this dirt road all the way towards the moon, the magic of the moon. But look at all these creatures that are there, right? Even though those creatures are not going to harm the little Crenshaw, it's still pretty scary, right? Even though that little Crenshaw is going to be guided to the moon through this path that has been laid out for it, the little Crenshaw still has to walk and make its way to the moon, right? So potentially what some of you are fearing are those wolves in the way. It's those dogs, it's those scary things, financial calamity, hate from people that you care about, not being able to fend for yourself, not being able or feeling alone or isolated or being hated by people. So there's fears, there's a fear of failure as well here. All of those fears can grip you, they can keep you down, they can unmotivate you. But anytime you feel unmotivated, that's the perfect moment to remember the divine potential that's in front of you. There is everything. Every day when you wake up, there is divine potential in front of you. Everything is potential. So it's what you do with this day. Take one step forward. Following day, you take another step forward. And it might take a few years, but you are going to be a completely different person within that time frame. And you are going to unlock many different blessings along the way. But you have to keep taking steps forward. If you unfortunately stay in that little puddle, then you get to be safe in that puddle, but you miss out on the adventures of life. And so it's up to you to step out and go and take that hero's journey. And the beautiful part is that you've got an archangel that's been assigned specifically to assist you through this journey, right? This archangel's message is, go ahead and make the change. Go ahead and make that travel. Go ahead and move. I will be with you. I will protect you. I will guide you to greener pastures. And then you have you have the energy of Sandalphon, the archangel, that's telling you whatever prayers you have, I will make sure to listen and I will take those prayers to God. Wait, be patient. It's going to happen. So it's definitely, it's a strong reading, group number 3. I mean, I don't think I'm doing this reading a lot of justice, because it's just so beautiful. The message that God has for you, truly, it's a message of I'm here for you. It's a message of I hear you. It's a message of I'm going to assist you. It's a message of open yourself up to me. I'm going to be able to take you by the hand and we will walk down this road together. I am here, even though you can't see me, I am here in spirit. And that is magnificent. Group number 3, magnificent. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw some oracles. All right, let's see what the oracles reveal. We're going to start with the sacred forest. Let's see if Spirit wants to maybe change the subject or, confirm anything for us. So we're going to start with the sacred forest. This is the box by Dennis Lin. Let's go ahead and shuffle. We're just going to throw one card. Patience. Okay. So, I feel like maybe some of you are saying, okay, well, I need this blessing right now. All right. I mean, I need God. I need you to answer this prayer right now. Urgency. And so, God is telling you patience. Because divine timing is much better. And there is a fog. There's a foggy bog going on here, right? And so even though change beckons, even though blessings are on the horizon, even though wonderful things are your destiny prophetically, you must be patient. As things around you move, expand, grow, you must be patient. So patience is essential here. All right, so let's go ahead and try and get a direct message from the Moonology cards. So Moonology Oracle cards, we're going to get a direct message from these. Let's go ahead and take a look. So let's shuffle. And throw. Okay. So, and I felt this from the very beginning This is the group of the hard workers, okay? Your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn, right? New moon. So there's, in your entire reading, my goodness, there's just this energy of change and expansion and creation and newness, right? That's essentially what this reading is all about, right? And for those of you that are hesitant to make that change, to take that leap, go ahead and do it, right? Change is coming. And this change is going to be magnificent, but at the same time, this change is kind of scary for some of you, you know. But God wants you to know your hard work is paying off. And I felt it from the very beginning. This is a hard-working group, and I feel that a lot of you have reached the end of your rope. Okay, you've worked hard, you've been diligent, you've done what you're supposed to, and you're still kind of stuck, or at least you feel like you're stuck. It's like, when is my blessing coming? What is going to happen, right? Or like, how am I supposed to get ahead here? I have these dreams, I have these ambitions. Why can't I move forward? And why do other people around me get to see the blessings that I am not seeing? And so that's difficult to comprehend. It's difficult to get up every single day knowing that that is going on around you, and you're just waiting for your day. And so God is here to essentially tell you your hard work is paying off. But you must be patient. You must be patient. I'm going to help you through every single transition. And I'm going to make sure to answer every single one of your prayers. I've already heard your prayers. I know what your prayers are. But any new prayers that you utter to me, I will listen and I will grant them. But you must tune into divine potential. You must tune into divine timing. And you must bring a little harmony into your world. Because if you don't feel the harmony inside, if you don't feel the peace inside, then it's very hard for you to be able to connect to that divine potential. So you must be at peace internally and be patient and wait for the powerful, powerful Spirit of God to come into your life. All right. This is a powerful reading, group number 3. This is truly a powerful reading. I hope you're feeling this one. So we're going to go ahead and review another oracle. This is from the Magic of the Unicorns Oracle deck. We're going to go ahead and shuffle. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what we have here. Oh boy, enlightenment. Look at this. Look at this. All right. So, enlightenment, and the message is look from the highest perspective. See the divine in everything. My goodness. You know, you've got some strong messages here of divinity, right? God is very close to you, group number 3, at this moment. God is very close to you. God knows your suffering. God knows your limitations. God knows your desires, your wishes. God knows that you've been working very hard. God knows. And God is asking for a little patience because things will manifest for you. And so there's also an energy here of enlightenment that says, look from a higher perspective, trying and obtain the bigger picture on how things are going to materialize around you. So there's a sense here of vision and understanding and relieving anxiety through higher perspectives. You must see the divine in everything. Sometimes that's difficult to do, but every single experience on this planet, every single limitation has its blessing. All right, so let's go ahead and throw another card. We are going to throw a card from... Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to throw a card from the Self-Love Oracle by Vanessa Chu. I'm going to show you guys the box. And this is going to be the final message that God has for you. So let's go ahead, shuffle, and take a look and see what that message is. Group number 3. Be nimble. Okay, that's interesting. All right. So we have here, be nimble. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. When we ask for help, we must be open to receiving it. We may be called to be flexible when help arrives in unexpected form. Oh, wow. Be nimble. This is interesting. Group number 3. God is telling you, hey, I'm going to send help I'm going to send what you need. Now, it's going to, in some cases, that help is going to come from an unexpected source. And you must be open to receiving it. You must be nimble. So be open to receiving it. You're being asked to be somewhat flexible, and because help will arrive to you, and it might arrive in an unexpected form. So just try and be as nimble as you possibly can at this time. All right. So group number 3, this is a powerful, powerful reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Also, don't forget to give the video a like as well. And leave a comment below. I want to hear from you seekers what you have to say about this reading. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.